Mickey is somebody that is like our unicorn. When he first applied and I realized what his qualifications were and what he had done at other school districts and just his experience, I didn't hesitate whatsoever to hire him. And he has been absolutely everything that he claimed to be before he started, which is absolutely amazing. And then some.
Mickey Ortega is just a stand-up guy. He's a guy that's always has a smile on his face when he comes to work. He's always saying hello and greeting you with a smile. He's excited to be here. He's just a very positive type person.
He just makes sure that everything gets delivered to all the sites with us because he's right here, but with the other sites he has to make sure he delivers. But he's always there to help us if we're looking for something, because sometimes in the freezer it's hard to find something. He will help us find it and, like I said, bring it out to us if we ask him to. So he's delivering. That's his biggest impact here in our kitchen, is making sure that everybody gets what they need.
So a typical day for me would be I come in, the ladies will send me their orders of what they need for the day, along with the next day's lunch that's on the menu. We'll load it up on the cart, we'll take it out to the sites, and if they need anything while they're there, I'll help take care of those things also.
Mickey leads by example because when he walks in, he gets right to it. Sometimes you don't even have to ask him. He just comes in and does it. And when you do that, I think people see that and say, oh, I need to step up, or I need to get this done. And I think that they appreciate it, the things that he does that they can't finish or they can't do.
Mickey, with his everyday work ethic and desire, he's a role model for kids too. And then when they walk by him, they see him working. When they work for him as a coach, he's coaching. He's always doing something positive, and he's a role model to our kids. So I love the fact that we have role models in other positions on this campus.
I think as a leader, it's just basically trying to set a good example. If I'm asked to do something, do it. And, then try and make sure that everybody else sees how we're doing things correctly.
I see him all the time interacting with the kids, whether they're wrestlers or football players. He's just, and like I said, he's always there. I always see the kids coming up and asking him questions and, asking him for advice on what they should do, and he's always there for them.
I remember when Mickey took over the wrestling program. Our wrestling coach had just resigned, and I had some conversations with him because I was the vice principal at Linden High School at that time, and hey, the wrestling coaching position's open, and he hadn't really coached at a high school before, and he was kind of like, well, I don't know, and I said, hey man, you're the guy for the job. You can do this. I know you're positive. You're on campus. We need something like that to resurrect this program. And in his first year, we won the dual match section title. And so he took a bunch of freshmen, sophomores, and made them good enough to win because he's positive, and he jumped in and did a great job in that role. And he's had the program for 4 years now ever since.
What I've learned from Mickey is that you don't have to be from Linden to actually care about this town. He came in as somebody that did not grow up here. He doesn't have a background here, and he has no family here. But he has definitely made a name for himself being the amazing person that he is.
As far as impacting the community, I think, we're feeding the kids. There's making sure that they're fed breakfast, lunch, and then when it rolls into the wrestling room, trying to be an example, trying to be for those kids how they should be in life. There's a lot of things, a lot of challenges you have to deal with, and we want to help them to be able to get through those.
I think he does everything for kids. When he's coaching wrestling, he's got kids' best interests in mind. When he's loading the truck to take stuff to different school sites, he's on time because he knows it affects the kids, and he does whatever he can to make sure the kids' day is great, uninterrupted, and positive.
Mickey's position is warehouse, driver, and distribution. But what he does is so far out of his job description that it's hard to say why it's so important. I don't think that I could ever find another person like him. I mean, like I said, he's like the unicorn. I don't think that I could ever hire somebody with the same experience. This is the only time I've ever written a letter about anybody in my 11 years here. And it couldn't have been given to a better person.